What up, everybody? What's happening? I'm Victor Marquez. You're watching Straight Up. I'm here with Rick Storcell, Neil Batang, and the boy Illinois, who is an upcoming rapper from Chicago. He has worked with Trey the Truth, Twista. He's gone on tour with Lupe Fiasco. He's been on Sway in the Morning, and he is here to talk about his newest project, Dusabu.
Yes, sir. Thank you. That is I, the boy Illinois. Appreciate you guys for having me. It's good to be here.
For those that don't listen to rap, like Buddy over here to the left of me,
Uh-huh.
what's your inspiration for a project like Dusabu?
Yeah, I really, I used to be very impressionable. I used to follow a lot of trends until probably maybe second or third year in college. And I kind of had an eye-opening experience. My third eye opened, and I just was like, I'm just going to be myself. And kind of worked, especially with the ladies. Being myself really worked, so
what did that third eye opening look like? I mean, was it like a moment of revelation, or was it something that happened over time?
Yeah, it was kind of like I saw this documentary called Zeitgeist, and it made me just, not that I believed everything that it was saying, but it just made me say why the haven't I been asking people questions? And I just been taking just for face value. Yeah. Why haven't I been asking people why should I do this? I ain't been asking nobody no questions. So at that moment in time, I was actually towards the end of my freshman year, and I was like, oh yeah, this shit, man. So yeah, that was my moment.
So Billy, what would you say would be the best? So take yourself for example. You have had the opportunity to go across different places and perform.
Yeah.
For someone that's an up and coming rapper in Chicago, what would be the best route for them to take for the greatest exposure?
Go somewhere else, which sucks. But you gotta go somewhere else, like LA or New York or Atlanta, one of those three markets.
Do you think it would be even worth attempting to create a strong foundation in Chicago before you move elsewhere?
Definitely, but it's challenging. It depends on what you really want to set out to do. So
that's an interesting question, because it's the trade-off. It's the trade-off,
yeah,
right?
It's that he says it's interesting.
It is.
No.
It's an interesting thing to consider, because you have to ask yourself, you're a growing artist, and you're getting your name out there. You got to ask yourself, what is it that you're willing to sacrifice of your own, moral fortitude that you're starting out.
That's what happened with Kid Ink. He was independent, I think, and then he signed with RCA, and he had a lot more opportunity. He had different opportunities that he wouldn't have had if he was still independent.
Yeah, it all depends on what you really want, though. At the end of the day, that's all. Dave Chappelle gave this interview when he came back from Africa, and he was saying before he got into showbiz, his uncle was telling him, all right, name your price, and once it gets too high, get the fuck out. And he said, hence Africa. So it got too high, so I've named my price, and I'm not going no higher. And once it gets higher than that, then I know it's going to be a problem. Yeah.
I think it just comes down to whether or not whoever is famous, if they got whoopings. Did you or not get hit?
It depends, man.
No, seriously, because the people I feel who hold their ground, and I don't think it's a color thing, but it's an upbringing thing.
Yeah.
If you got whooped and you couldn't act out that way, then I feel you'll hold your ground, and your integrity as you age.
And it depends on, like I said, how popular or how famous you want to be.
Yeah.
That's all that been. If you want to be a superstar like Kanye, things you're gonna have to deal with that maybe as a regular person they really don't know that you even have to deal with that. And if they was presented that, they'd be like, hell no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When the moment comes, it's
that you never know. But
see, I feel like that's the kind of thing that doesn't get too much PR. No one sings about reasonable expectations. No one raps about
economic responsibility.
Economic responsibility.
No, nobody's rapping about that. But the best thing to do now is to be like everybody else. But when it comes to times like this, to speak like this, to be like, all right, this is what's really cool. You know what I'm saying? It's really cool to be smart about your money. So stuff like that. So
well, it folds into your social activism too.
Yeah,
I know that's a big part of who you are. And what sort of influence does that have on your music and vice versa?
It has a large part. I've taken a lot of the social activism out of the music and left it to opportunities where I get to speak, because I don't want to be preaching all the time, and people don't like listening to that type of stuff all the time, and I understand. I don't either. So to a certain extent. You gotta make it sound good. Me, I just make the music sound good, and then when you get to talk to me and you get like, how is the boy Illinois living? How does he live? Like, very respectful. Like, I want to seek knowledge, and I eat healthy, and the shit's cool as hell. So you should do it too. So that's in a nutshell. That's pretty much what I try to deliver.
I mean, I like meat, man. Pause. I like chicken.
Pause.
I
like,
you know what I'm saying?
No lie, man. I've been, man, Dalaying them. They ordered some hot wings the other day. It was like hot barbecue wings with fries. I'm like, oh my god.
When did you become vegetarian?
No, just 3 weeks ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I used to be a pescatarian, which means you only eat seafood. I was that beforehand because I cut it out. Yeah, I cut that out too. And I went back to chicken for like a short stint, and I was like, you know what? Right before I went on Sway, I had some hot wings the night before, and I broke out. I was like, oh no, I gotta remain pretty, so I'm just gonna start eating nothing but greens, vegetables, fruits, and a lot of water. So, man, I've been living out of bag for like 3 years, man. So I just know how to move to the point where my mama always gonna be worried about me, my pops too, but I just know how to move, and when you know how to move, you kind of master it down, and especially living like how I live. Like if you I might have to stay here. I'm like, hey bro, let me use your couch for a couple of days because I'm doing some music shit, or I'm in a hotel or something. Like you kind of learn what you can live with or live without. What's really necessary. Hey, you be like, I really don't need that. All right, these drawers, I can buy some new drawers. I'm gonna go buy some. You know what I'm saying? So it's like simple stuff. You know exactly what you need.
I feel like you'll be very prepared for the zombie apocalypse one time.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm definitely be prepared. It's just the cooking part.
It's the cooking part. That's why they have ramen noodles.
Yeah. Yeah, but
can you do ramen noodles?
I can do that. I can do it up, but it's just making the fire. I'm gonna have to get that down.
That's why you have a woman, right?
Yeah, but I need.
He's finally learning.
All right,
you guys are rubbing off on me.
Well, yeah,
not the best way.
All is well though. But yeah, it's this vegan thing. I'm only 3 weeks in, so we're gonna see how I'm doing very well. I know I'm waking up with a lot more energy, so that's one thing for sure. I gotta get back into my yoga. That's one thing. A lot of women in yoga classes. A lot of women.
Yeah, dispel some rumors about yoga. Encourage.
Oh, man. Look, brothers out there, brothers of the struggle, brothers in the midst of the lurkers, all my brothers that like women. Places to go to see women that are not the club, the grocery store, especially Whole Foods. There's a lot of women in Whole Foods, my brother. Akira. Just go in a women's store. It doesn't matter. Just act like you find there's a lot of beautiful women in Akira.
Act like you're shopping for your sister or
something. Something,
Pumpkin
bro.
Spice Latte season is upon us, yo.
Oh, my God.
Hey.
Yes.
Starbucks and Chipotle go hand in. They like tied.
Oh, my
Starbucks and Chipotle. And then yoga. Yoga tops the list because they're the coolest women around. And you go to I went to a yoga class, and I was like it was only one other guy in there. He was like 48. Like, I knew he was older. And it's nothing but women. And they all are in there trying to enlighten themselves, flex themselves out. And they're all about that peace, bro. That calm, that tranquility. Yeah. So, yeah. If you really, man, enroll in a yoga class, you can be horrible at yoga. The fact that you're trying is definitely turning the key to it, man. Definitely. Yoga.
I feel like I want to go take a yoga class right now.
You might want to even just walk around downtown with the mat. You don't even. You don't even.
I think Barney Stinson does that in an episode of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, just walk around with the mat. And they'll be like, you do just kind of, you might get kind of looks, and you start off a conversation. Just know the downward dog. That's all you gotta know.
I sure do.
Yeah, that's all I do.
I know the downward dog where it counts, not in.
That was smooth, Neil. That was.
Yeah.
So, again, Victor mentioned some of the people you worked with.
Yeah.
Who you've been on tour on, some of the projects you've been doing. Who would you say is the most influential artist that you've worked with, and why?
Lupe because I always listened to him even before I went on tour with him.
Okay.
And just little things he said to me on tour, just a little small, but it was key coming from him. He cared to tell you if he told you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that takes a lot for another artist at that level to be like, yo, nah, but for real, on some real shit, this, that, and the other. And you'd be like, okay, well, that's what's up. So that and Twista probably behind that because he's just like the OG. He want everybody to be around him, keep him youthful. Yeah. So he lets us pretty much do anything. He's like the uncle that let you come over the house and smoke. Yeah, that's how Twista is. Top guys that do this type of stuff. So that's kind of what that's on the high end with the politics. On the lower end, on like a indie rapper trying to come up.
Yeah, like what do you have to deal with, like politics?
Blogs and stuff like you got to be friend, buddy, kiss ass. Yeah, pay a lot of people. From the DJ to the blogger to the promoter to everybody. You gotta pay everybody for everything. When you first starting out, everyone has to get
attention
paid.
Isn't enough, is what you're saying.
No, to get attention, you gotta pay people so they can bring more attention to you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, people pay for Twitter followers, people pay for Instagram followers, people pay for Twitter verified checks. Pay for everything. You can pay. Everything's for sale, and if you got enough money to buy everything, you got a good chance of being heard above a lot of other people.
That's a shame.
Yeah, but hey, that's everything. It's politics, man. It's just like in politics, man. If I got the biggest contributions coming, you think I'm not gonna run? Yeah. As opposed to Joe Schmo.
Do you come from a family of musicians?
Yep.
You do.
Yep. My sister and my father. My father plays the piano, sings. So and then my sister was in the choir, and then I grew up in the choir and I was singing, and then from there I just started rapping. Okay. Yeah.
That's real cool. I feel like, and Vic, you probably can relate because you're a musician. You and your brother play music, but like the families on our block who were like musically gifted had the best Christmas parties, man. You know
yeah, man, you just jam.
Like, the most like cool people to chill with. Like if someone does music, like they're probably a cool person.
Yeah, because it's.
What do you think? I'm so cool.
It's a very tedious process to the point where listening is so carefree. Yeah. You know. Yeah. And it's just like if we listen to music, that's the easiest part of music is listening to it, and especially if you are. It's a difference between doing it and listening to it. A casual listener, like doing it, you kind of appreciate the mixing or the tones, the reverb, the certain sounds that come from the music, and you're like, yeah, I like this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so you get a different appreciation for them. So it's even more calming. It's kind of like a mantra during a meditation. You know what I'm saying? You kind of hone into that, and you enjoy it, and you want everybody else to know how good the shit is too. So you play great music, man. So it's just a good feeling.
Yeah. So then, which is gonna lead me to one of my last questions for you. What advice do you have? All right, for these kids out there who want to do music like you, do you say, hey, take the first big deal? Do you say keep it funky and original, authentic, or hey, to each their own?
Nah, I never would give advice and say to each their own. I'd be sending somebody off. First, I would say if you really want to do this, then do it. If you don't, then stop doing it. Okay. That's what I really like to try to put out there a lot. From then on, you do it, you apply yourself, do the knowledge first and foremost. That's what anything. You kind of gotta study I haven't like technically studied the music business. I've studied it through like people fucking up deals and learn like, oh, how the hell did that deal getting deal myself presented to me and looking at this and having somebody look at it like, what is this, man? They're like, hell no. So things of that nature through experience. I learned through experience. Either you learn through experience or do the knowledge yourself. It's great for both because then when those experiences come up, you're already knowledgeable about what you're supposed to do. And never take the first deal. But if you do the knowledge, you'll know. So you'll know never to do such a thing. So and that's with anything in life, with business. You never take the first deal. If somebody's offering, and they want you to do something, especially high caliber. You like, all right.
Just tough because
It's
gut
me.
instinct is
The
like
rest will
somebody
come.
wants me. Like,
Others will come.
Not even the others will come. It's just like, okay, if you want me to do this, nobody can do this job but me. What can I leverage here? Because you're not gonna find another me. So, but you can find some more money quicker than that, right? So,
I got a question. What is the current challenge that the boy Illinois faces that is preventing him from the next level?
Damn, man.
Attaining the next level.
The
feel like
balance.
we knew that.
Selling his soul.
Nah, it's really honestly, it's the balance of real life. If you have a companion, a lady friend,
Yeah.
that and balancing that with being the artist, the character, the boy Illinois. Because regardless, even if you are married or have a girlfriend, you still have to be that available, have that certain availability to female fans, and that's the one thing that I'm hopefully to get over really soon, is that thing, because it's like I can't open in certain doors and opportunities with women. It's sometimes can be difficult because they advance on you just like males would advance on a woman, and it's like, it's just a hard. It's tough to deal with. You already gonna deal with homosexuals hitting on you. Now you gotta deal with women. You can't accept it. It's
Wait,
like,
is that seriously an issue?
what?
Gay people hitting on you?
Yeah, what?
Really?
Hell yeah, man.
I've had gay people hit on me.
Well, yeah, you look pretty gay.
But
So,
but
there's probably a good reason for that.
But no, in the music industry, man, it's within the entertainment, I don't want to limit it to the music industry. I'm giving y'all real talk. It's a lot of gay, and because of the progression we've made as a country, I guess to say, it being highly acceptable now, they're getting much more bolder with what they say.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? See, that's interesting. I mean, like,
You feel like a lady. Do you think to yourself, like, this is what women go through? My goodness, like, cover.
A little more empathy, I hope.
real.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Oh
like,
my God. A little
dog,
more empathy for the ladies.
I was on a red line one night. I had the weirdest train ride ever in my entire life. I'm not going to give you the whole thing, but one dude got on the train and made an advance to me. I was like, that is the fucking gross shit ever.
Is this at like are there other people on the train, or is this at like 2
Yes,
in the
no,
morning?
it's other people. No, it's
Really?
at like 2, 3 in the morning, but
there's
there's other
other
people
people
on the
there.
train, and the dude just did something. I don't even want to repeat it because it just sounds so. I was just like, are you serious right now? Like, this is how you guys are getting down? Is this how old perverts do to women? Women, ladies out there watching, listening, I am sorry. I feel your pain. See, I shop at predominantly homosexual place.
well, that might
You know,
increase
you
your
understand?
odds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wear Top Man. I go Top Man Zara.
See, I shop at Kohl's, so all I got women pursuing me.
Man, you're old white ladies, man. Coming
They
in
can be
there.
dangerous.
They are the most dangerous species out there. I hope that's not disrespectful, but older white women, y'all know,
I have no
They have an
idea what you're
agenda.
talking about.
they have a definite
They
agenda.
have an agenda. They're smart. They've been around the block a few times. They know
smart.
what they want. They know what they don't want.
Golden
They know how to
and
get
Some
it.
of them are housewives, so they don't have nothing but time on their hands to
Time.
figure out and plot.
You got anything else you want to ask Billy, Rix, Victor?
I'm not gonna go down the Illuminati track.
Yeah,
He told me to ask you about the Illuminati.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's
Do they control music?
no. There we go. That answers everything.
Like- Oh, I forgot my other question. Or I remembered now. But my other question was for you. Because I was thinking how you've been with Twista, Tray the Truth. You've been on Sway. And again, touring with Lupe. At what point did you say to yourself, in the process of becoming a rapper and chasing your dream, where you thought to yourself, like, wow, like this is becoming real?
Oh man, that's a great question,
Yeah.
brother. I like that, and I like that. We gonna splice. This is my Jordan on Byron Russell right here. It was during the second half of the tour. We had went to a lot of different House of Blues on tour with Lou. The Boston one was the biggest one, and it had 3 levels. Every one I had been is like 2 or maybe 3, but it wasn't as big. It was huge, and it was kind of like packed in there, and it was all rocking. Like everybody was rocking with me. The after, like we had some fans come up after the show. The after show type of stuff was dope, and it was just one of those moments where you sign autographs and people taking pictures. You like, damn, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? I had just got some Beats headphones from Beats, sent for me from Beats. Again, I'm getting free stuff, and top it off. Like one of my favorite movies is The Town, and there's Ben Affleck, and they robbing Fenway, and the House of Blues is directly across the street from Fenway Park. So it was just like yeah, that was Boston. Boston definitely was like that moment where you be like, and on top of that, that was the first time we was on tour. Lupe was like, all right, we all on my set, we all coming back out to freestyle.
Where can they find your
tell us how to connect.
Where can fans find your work?
Google the boy Illinois. That's
Google
the fastest.
Illinois?
Yep, that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Because that's the easiest and quickest way.
It's true. You're the number one search on there. So
yep.
It's pretty easy to do.
Bingo. Yep.
2 seconds. Do
it.
All right. So go on Google, check out Dusable. And I know Jean Baptiste, that was, a year or 2 ago?
Yeah.
That one's real good. I was listening to that earlier today.
Thank you very
1818.
much. Yes, sir. That's one of my favorites.
That opening track.
We get in on that one.
But anyway, thank you for coming out here and spending time to talk with us.
No problem.
Definitely looking forward to the next time you're coming back around.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's all good. I go by the name of the boy Illinois, and you're watching Straight Up.